Everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another color with me. This one here is from CC Designs Birdie. And first we're going to start with the Copic markers. And I'm kind of doing some experimenting, if you will. I'm trying Stampin' Up! Papers. I'm trying Nina 65-pound cardstock, which not my favorite. I find that it feathers a lot, if that makes sense. So let's say if you put down the marker and it kind of bleeds out, so I don't like that. And I find that the paper gets saturated really quickly and then it's hard to blend. But once I'm done and I put the distress glaze over top, I really can't tell the difference. And once you cut them out too. So let's talk about the markers that I use for Copics. So for the face, I use R000, R00, R20, and R22. And I always start with the lightest color and then the darkest color for the face, R22, that's for the cheeks. And then I take, let's say if I start with R00, then when I put R000, and then when I go to the next one, which is R00, then I always go back to my lightest marker and blend it out. And I'm not your, fanciest, most perfect Copic colorer, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. This is the third little girl that I've done, and this is probably my favorite. I'm going to be probably doing her quite a bit because she has chickens. And if you've been watching me for a bit, you know I want chickens. So let's talk about her hair. Her hair is Y00, Y11, and Y23. And for the coat, I was like, I don't know. But I used the R00, the R0, the R20, and then R59, and which is a little darker. So I put a little bit darker on the coat and or on the dress and the coat. Now the shirt, I use YG00, YG01, YG03. The shoes, I use YG01. I just kept it the flat color. And then the chickens, I did R17, YR68, YR0000, and Y06. And she turns out so cute. I made her hair blonde this time, so that's what I'm also kind of experimenting. I'm experimenting with different colors of hair. And what you can do is actually go on Pinterest and put like color combos for hair and color combos for skin using Copics or using Ohuhu markers. And, people have already done kind of the work. So what I'm doing is not for the first few, but eventually I'll be using those combos if I have the markers and kind of trying those out, right? I think what I'd like to do is maybe get another journal. I don't know. I was going to say get another journal and try the different color combinations, but I think this is the point of this because I have this little book and every time I do a little girl, I make a little square beside it. I kind of highlight it with some markers, some watercolor markers, and then I put down the color of the markers. So I guess that's what I'm doing. One thing is I was kind of worried about these, just kind of sitting in my little notebook here or journal, and I was at the dollar store and I saw these little plastic, they're for hockey cards. It's like a set of 100, and I thought I'm gonna be getting me some of that. They're 3x4, so in a few videos you'll see where I kind of glue that instead of putting some adhesive on the back of the girl and then sticking her into my journal. I'm putting those little pockets there, and then she can sit inside the pocket. One, it's going to protect her from dust and all this stuff, and two, I can do more than one. And I'm having so much fun. I can see, finishing all the ones that I colored already or I stamped already, and then going back and starting over again. Now, let's talk about the Ohuhu markers, like the colors, because I think last time I forgot to do it. So the face, I use R18, R19, R20, and R21. The dress or hat is RV260, RV160, V030. The shoes are Y030, Y2, and the hair is 120, Y120, YR240, and E90. And the shirt is G4 and G5. And the chickens are Y030, R3, Y10, E210, and Y12. And I always have, I don't know, this piece of little cardstock beside me. And because I'm not enjoying the Nina cardstock, and I probably have like, I don't know, 50 sheets left, I think I'm going to maybe use those, or maybe I can just get a cheap sketchbook and then just do it in there, and then it stays permanent. Because, you know, maybe sometimes I'll try a combination and it doesn't feel right for this here, but maybe it would feel right for another one. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I mean, I don't want to waste the Nina cardstock for 75 sheets. Still cost me like $17. So I want to make sure that I use it, you know, that it doesn't just stay there. But I want to make sure to use it the right way. I shouldn't really say the right way, but in a way that is cost effective, like I'm not wasting money. I don't hate coloring on the Nina cardstock. Now, I did order some Bristol Smooth. The jury's still out on that. I did one little girl. When I did the face, I loved it. Then when I did the jacket, because I did Abigail with Acorn, I did her again. I didn't film it. I just did it on my own. And I didn't like how the paint, like the markers were going on, and it was bleeding a lot. But at the end, she turned out really cute. So another thing that I tend to do a lot, and I think it's because I'm not good with the markers, is I find that if I apply too much color, I go ahead and I use the zero marker, like the color blender, and I take color away. Or I blend it in more, whatever the case may be. And then usually I like it, like especially if I want to try to make a highlight, then I really like it. So again, I go into my little bullet journal that I purchase. I make the squares 2.5 by 3.25. Then I take some water color markers and I highlight every second row, and then I put my colors in there. And I'll have to say that those watercolor markers, they don't bleed on the back of the page, which I love. Now, I told you I love this little girl, so I know I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to make quite a bit of her. And I thought I'd show you, this is the first time that I don't have the little sample next to me, and I'm not trying to copy exactly what the package is. So let me tell you what I used. Face is R000, then R00, R01, and R20. The hair is Y00, Y21, and Y28. The coat dress is G0000, G00, then G03 and G05. Now, when I first did the boots, I did the boots with greens, but the greens didn't match at all. They were kind of clashy. So right now I'm fixing that, and I'm doing the boots with browns instead, and it turns out really cute. E43, E44, and E59. The chickens, I use YR0000, R17, Y06, and YR16. And I can tell you, at first it was taking me about an hour and 15 minutes to get each little girl done, and now I'm doing them in about 50 minutes. So I'm definitely getting faster. So I'm liking that because, you know, I don't want to spend 2 hours on coloring one little girl. Although this is sort of like my relaxing time. it's once I've done everything else, then I sit down and I can color in one of the little girls. And because she has different coloring than the ones we just did, I make her her own little page. And I'm going to leave the bottom of the page. I don't make one with Ohuhu markers in this video, but when I do, I'll have that ready to go, and I'll just put it at the bottom of this same page. I need to get better at writing down the markers, the correct markers, because I did find, you know, a few errors. Like I'll say a color and it's like, that's not it, because that marker doesn't even exist. So, but that's it. That's going to complete this session. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.